A menacing storm with a massive footprint is set to affect more than half the country with a potentially historic blast of snow, ice, and frigid temperatures. And that includes us here in Virginia. Governor Abigail Spanberger has already declared a state of emergency. This is the CBS 6 News at noon. I'm Cheryl Miller. Some areas in the storm's path are already dealing with crippling conditions. It started today out in the plains with bone-chilling temperatures. And major cities along the Northeast could get their largest snowfall in years. That includes New York City, where officials are mounting a massive battle plan to prepare all 5 boroughs. States further south are bracing for destructive ice from freezing rain, the storm's most serious threat, one that could cause extended power outages. Air travel will also likely be impacted. Airlines including American, Delta, Southwest, and United have put out travel advisories and are letting customers rebook or cancel their trips over the next several days. And we're closely watching as the storm develops and moves this way. Meteorologist Mike Stone has our first update here at noon on this Friday. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Sheila. Well, I want to emphasize that we have no problems for today and most of the day tomorrow. The snow is going to arrive west to east tomorrow evening from most areas. This will occur after sunset, so you still have more than 24 hours to prep for the storm. In fact, we have a mix of clouds and sunshine outside right now, and our noontime temperatures are in the upper 40s and low 50s for much of the region, so we're pretty mild, not as warm as yesterday. And today we'll go up a few more degrees. We'll have some temperatures getting into the low and mid 50s, and then as we go into the evening, we're going to have a strong cold front come through, and temperatures are going to drop. In fact, by tomorrow morning, we'll be down into the teens. Here's where the storm is out near the Four Corners. It's starting to develop right now. It's going to tap into some Gulf of Mexico and Pacific moisture, then start tracking across the country. Here's where it'll be at 8 a.m. tomorrow with snowflakes just west of the Virginia Panhandle border. And then within our viewing area, we start seeing some snow in our far western counties out by about I-81 late afternoon and early evening, and should reach central Virginia after about 5 o'clock or so. Then we're going to see periods of snow for tomorrow evening into tomorrow night. Going into Sunday morning, we're going to start seeing some warmer air above the surface come in. So we're going to have some sleet or some ice pellets starting to mix in by Sunday morning. And farther south and east, it'll be freezing rain, liquid rain that freezes on impact. We have a winter storm watch in effect for most of central and eastern Virginia. This is going to be upgraded to a winter storm warning. And we have a winter storm warning already upgraded to the north and west, and that is for the weekend. So the snow accumulates tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. It begins that change over to sleet and freezing rain from south to north on Sunday, and we could have significant power outages and hazardous travel. We'll talk more about that coming up. Cheryl?
Going to be a busy day and weekend for you. Thank you, Mike. Here in Virginia, officials are urging you to stay off the road during this storm so they can prioritize safety and the safety of first responders who may need to assist you in the event of an emergency. Our Caroline Colburn spoke with Henrico Fire officials about how their response could be impacted during this winter weather break.
We're in Henrico Fire Station 3 with Battalion Chief Doug Reynolds, and you guys are gearing up for a busy weekend, Doug.
We know we're going to be busy all weekend long. So, we're bringing in extra staffing. We're staffing our little trucks. Our little trucks become the big trucks. They really do a great job for us, taking some of the low acuity calls, but they really help us go get people who may be a little bit far off the road. So, we'll go get them, bring them in those four-wheel drives, bring it out to where the road has been scraped so we can, take them to the hospital.
A lot of those calls you guys get, could be medical calls. So you mentioned as your battalion chief vehicle can maybe get to a house further off the road, but people do need to know that if you have a medical call to still call, correct?
We're still coming. Understand that if the roads are really bad, it's going to take us an extra minute or two because if we're using our chains, if it gets that bad, we can only go like 35, 40 miles an hour. So where you're used to seeing us, within 3 minutes, it might take us 5 minutes. So, but we're coming.
Obviously, people are going to get creative on how to heat their homes, stay warm, especially with predicted widespread outages. So you guys could and will likely have to potentially fight fires this weekend. How do you ensure you're able to do that with this ice and snow coming?
It is certainly a big challenge, with these extreme low temperatures. Water, we love using water, but it turns to ice very quick, especially if you talk 4 degrees. So, but we do some high-tech, low-tech things. This is the nozzles that we use on our trucks. Obviously, if it's exposed to ice and snow, it's going to freeze up. We do little low-tech things. We put these in a bag, it would still be attached to the hose and all their connections on their fire truck. So that way, when we get on scene, all we got to do is pull these off. They're clean, they're ready to go. So little things like that, years of experience will help you through these kind of days.
And Doug, we appreciate you. We know you'll be working on Sunday, and you and your whole team, thank you for all you do. And the biggest thing you've said is they are coming. So if you have an emergency, don't hesitate to call them. Yep. For now, we're at Henrico Fire Station 3. I'm Caroline Colburn with Doug Reynolds, CBS 6 News.
And if your heat goes out or you know someone who is struggling to find safe housing, this weekend could be life-threatening. Our Brendan King shares more on how the city of Richmond and local nonprofit organizations are working now to help the hundreds of community members who struggle to find housing.
While nonprofits are working around the clock right now to help those without shelter ahead of this impending storm, at the same time, Richmond Mayor Danny Avula says the city is working to open another emergency shelter. But first, our Joy Foltz caught up with a Place of Miracles Cafe and Stronger Together as they prep supplies and meals for those who may live in tents, on the streets, or rely on shelters to survive inclement weather. They and other nonprofits are asking for your help, for you to consider donating tarps, propane tanks, socks, underwear, hand warmers, canned food, even generators for people who need power for their medical devices, especially at a time like this. Mayor Avula says the city is also working on a shelter for an additional 180 people.
We are also preparing emergency weather shelters because we know that we've reached capacity the last couple nights, and so we're already scaling up to make sure that we can meet even more of that need in the days to come.
Where you come in, if you have supplies, you can donate. Find contact information on our website, WTVR.com. In the studio, I'm Brendan King, CBS 6 News.
And details on that additional weather shelter in Richmond are still unknown at this point, but we are expected to hear more from city leaders at some point today. We'll update you on that on air and online once we do. Meantime, the city of Petersburg says it will be providing some help for those without housing by extending the hours of their Comfort Station. That station is located at Petersburg Area Transit on 100 West Washington Street. And starting tomorrow evening at 6, the Comfort Station will remain open continuously through at least Monday morning. After the storm, normal operating hours will resume, with the station being open Mondays through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you have children in school, you may want to check with your school district. Some locations are offering food to go today ahead of the winter weather. Families of Henrico students can pick up food from 4 to 5:30 at Brooklyn Middle or Oak Avenue Complex. Hanover County is giving meals for students today from 5 to 7 o'clock at Ashland and Mechanicsville Elementary Schools. And the city of Richmond is offering meals from 12:30 to 5:30 at the RPS Love Market for those who have pre-registered ahead of time. You can follow the very latest on this major winter storm by scanning the QR code on your screen. It will take you to where you can download the free CBS 6 Weather Authority app and get weather alerts right on your smart device. And stay here with CBS 6 as our team of meteorologists continue to track this major storm. After that devastating apartment fire in Chester recently that left 40 people without their homes, the community is mobilizing to try to help those who were affected. Today is the final day that organizers of a fundraiser are taking donations for victims of that fire at the Waterside at Iron Bridge Apartments. You can drop off clothing and items between 6 and 8 o'clock this evening at the Chesterfield County Fairgrounds. That's at 10,300 Courthouse Road. This weekend, impacted families will be allowed to pick out the donations they need and even have the items boxed and stored until a later time. Goochland County Animal Shelter says it needs some help before this winter storm hits. The shelter says it's completely full and they're looking for anyone who's willing to be a winter storm dog foster this weekend. They will provide food and all necessities if you decide to foster. The shelter is open until 4 o'clock this afternoon and then will be open tomorrow from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.